Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I share tips and insights on achieving financial independence. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most important concepts in retirement planning, the 4% rule. Retirement planning can be a daunting task. How much money do you need to save? How much can you spend each year? How long will your savings last? These are some of the questions that many people struggle with when planning for their golden years. Fortunately, there is a simple rule of thumb that can help you answer these questions and guide you towards financial independence. It's called the 4% rule, and it's based on decades of historical financial market data. In this video, I'll explain what the 4% rule is, how it works, what assumptions it makes, and how you can use it to plan your retirement. I'll also discuss some of the limitations and considerations of the rule, and how you can adapt it to your personal situation and goals. So, let's get started. The 4% rule. Definition and origin. The 4% rule, also known as the safe withdrawal rate, is a simple formula that tells you how much money you can withdraw from your retirement savings each year without running out of money too soon. The rule was first proposed by William Bengen, a financial planner who published his research in the 1990s. He analyzed historical returns of stocks and bonds from 1926 to 1976. And found that a retiree who withdrew 4% of their initial portfolio value in the first year of retirement, and then adjusted that amount for inflation every year thereafter, would have enough money to last for at least 30 years. The core concept of the 4% rule is this. If you withdraw 4% of your retirement savings in the first year, and then increase that amount by the inflation rate every year, your savings should last for around 30 years. How it works. To illustrate how the 4% rule works, let's use an example. Suppose you have a retirement portfolio of $1 million. According to the rule, you can withdraw 4% of that amount in the first year of retirement, which is $40,000. This is your annual spending budget for the first year. In the second year, you need to adjust your spending budget for inflation. Let's say the inflation rate is 2%. That means you can withdraw $40,000 x 1.02 equal $40,800 in the second year. This is your new annual spending budget for the second year. You repeat this process every year, increasing your spending budget by the inflation rate each time. This way, your spending power remains constant over time, regardless of how prices change. Let's see how this works in a hypothetical scenario. Let's say you retire at age 65 with a $1 million portfolio. You follow the 4% rule and withdraw $40,000 in the first year. The table below shows how your portfolio value and spending budget change over time, assuming a constant inflation rate of 2% and an average annual return of 7%. The table shows how your portfolio value and spending budget change over time if you follow the 4% rule. In the first year of retirement, when you are 65 years old, you have a portfolio value of $960,000 and a spending budget of $40,000. In the second year, when you are 66 years old, your portfolio value drops to $923,200 and your spending budget increases to $40,800. In the third year, when you are 67 years old, your portfolio value drops further to $888,624 and your spending budget increases again to $41,616. This pattern continues until the 30th year of retirement, when you are 94 years old. By then, your portfolio value has grown to $992,395, and your spending budget has reached $68,125. As you can see from the table, your portfolio value fluctuates over time depending on the market performance. However, your spending budget increases steadily every year by the inflation rate. By following the 4% rule, you are able to maintain your lifestyle for 30 years without running out of money. Assumptions. 50% stocks and 50% bonds. The 4% rule is based on historical financial market data. It assumes that you have a balanced portfolio of 50% stocks and 50% bonds. This is because stocks provide growth potential while bonds provide safety and stability. A balanced portfolio of stocks and bonds has historically performed well over long periods of time. It has also been able to withstand market volatility and downturns better than a portfolio that is heavily skewed towards either stocks or bonds. For example, according to Bengen's research, a balanced portfolio had a success rate of 95% over any 30-year period from 1926 to 1976. That means that in 95 out of 100 cases, a retiree who followed the 4% rule with a balanced portfolio did not run out of money in 30 years. A balanced portfolio also provides diversification, which means that you are not putting all your eggs in one basket. By investing in different types of assets, you reduce the risk of losing a large portion of your portfolio if one asset class performs poorly. Another important aspect of a balanced portfolio is rebalancing. Rebalancing means that you periodically adjust your portfolio to maintain your desired asset allocation. For example, if your portfolio grows to 60% stocks and 40% bonds due to strong stock market performance, you would sell some stocks and buy some bonds to bring it back to 50-50. This way, you lock in some of your gains and avoid being overexposed to one asset class. The flexibility of asset allocation. While the 4% rule recommends a balanced portfolio of 50% stocks and 50% bonds, it does not mean that you have to follow this allocation exactly. You can adjust your asset allocation according to your personal preferences, needs, and goals. For example, some people might prefer a more aggressive portfolio with a higher percentage of stocks. This might be suitable for those who have a higher risk tolerance, a longer time horizon, or a lower spending rate. A more aggressive portfolio might generate higher returns over time, but it also comes with higher volatility and risk. On the other hand, some people might prefer a more conservative portfolio with a higher percentage of bonds. This might be suitable for those who have a lower risk tolerance, a shorter time horizon, or a higher spending rate. A more conservative portfolio might provide more stability and safety, but it also comes with lower returns and growth potential. The point is that the 4% rule is not a rigid guideline that you have to follow blindly. It is a starting point that you can customize to fit your own situation and goals. You can experiment with different asset allocations and see how they affect your retirement plan. Guiding steps towards financial independence. Now that you understand what the 4% rule is and how it works, how can you use it to plan your retirement and achieve financial independence? Here are some guiding steps that you can follow. Step 1. Determine your annual spending needs in retirement. This is the amount of money that you need to cover your living expenses and enjoy your desired lifestyle in retirement. You can use your current spending as a baseline, but make sure to account for any changes that might occur in retirement, such as healthcare costs, travel plans, hobbies, etc. Step 2. Calculate your required retirement savings using the 4% rule. This is the amount of money that you need to save by the time you retire in order to support your annual spending needs using the 4% rule. You can use this simple formula. Required retirement savings equal annual spending / 0.04. For example, if you need $40,000 per year in retirement, you need $40,000 / 0.04 equal $1 million in retirement savings. Step 3. Set your saving and investing goals based on your target portfolio size and expected returns. This is the amount of money that you need to save and invest every month in order to reach your required retirement savings by your desired retirement age. You can use online calculators or spreadsheets to estimate this amount based on various factors such as your current savings, income, expenses, investment returns, inflation rate, etc. Step 4. Revisit and adjust your plan over time. This is the most important step because retirement planning is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process that requires regular monitoring and updating. You should review your plan at least once a year and make any necessary changes based on your progress, life events, market conditions, etc. Limitations and considerations. The 4% rule is a useful tool for retirement planning, but it is not perfect. It has some limitations and considerations that you should be aware of before applying it to your own situation. One limitation is that the 4% rule is based on historical market data that might not reflect future market conditions. The rule assumes that the future will be similar to the past in terms of average returns, volatility, inflation rate, etc. However, this might not be the case as markets are unpredictable and dynamic. For example, some experts argue that the 4% rule might be too optimistic given the current low interest rate environment and high stock market valuations. They suggest that a lower withdrawal rate might be more prudent and sustainable in the long run. Another limitation is that the 4% rule does not account for longevity risk. The rule aims to make your savings last for around 30 years after retirement. However, this might not be enough if you live longer than expected or retire earlier than planned. For example, according to the Social Security Administration, a 65-year-old man has a 20% chance of living until age 90, while a 65-year-old woman has a 28% chance of living until age 90. That means that there is a possibility that you might outlive your savings if you follow the 4% rule strictly. Therefore, it is important to consider some factors that might affect your longevity, such as your health, family history, lifestyle, etc. You might also want to have some contingency plans in case you live longer than expected, such as reducing your spending, working part-time, or relying on other income sources. A third limitation is that the 4% rule does not account for spending flexibility. The rule assumes that you will spend the same amount every year, adjusted for inflation. However, this might not reflect your actual spending patterns in retirement. For example, you might spend more in the early years of retirement when you're more active and travel more. You might spend less in the later years of retirement when you're more settled and have fewer expenses. You might also have some unexpected expenses or emergencies that require more spending in certain years. Therefore, it is important to be flexible with your spending and adjust it according to your needs and circumstances. You might want to have some buffer in your budget to accommodate for any fluctuations or surprises. You might also want to monitor your portfolio performance and adjust your withdrawal rate accordingly. Key takeaways. The 4% rule is a simple and powerful tool for retirement planning and financial independence. It can help you estimate how much money you need to save and how much money you can spend in retirement without running out of money too soon. However, the 4% rule is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It has some limitations and considerations that you should be aware of before applying it to your own situation. Here are some key takeaways that you should remember. Safe withdrawal strategy. The 4% rule is a blueprint for responsible retirement fund withdrawal. It tells you how much money you can withdraw from your retirement savings each year without running out of money too soon. Foundation on market history. The 4% rule is based on historical financial market performance. It assumes that the future will be similar to the past in terms of average returns, volatility, inflation rate, etc. Balancing act. The 4% rule recommends a balanced portfolio of 50% stocks and 50% bonds. This is because a balanced portfolio provides growth potential and safety, diversification, and rebalancing benefits. Diversified approach. The 4% rule allows you to customize your asset allocation according to your personal preferences, needs, and goals. You can experiment with different asset allocations and see how they affect your retirement plan. Adaptability. The 4% rule is a starting point but not an inflexible guideline. You can adjust the rule according to your personal situation and market conditions. You can also consult with certified financial planners for tailored retirement strategies. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new and useful about the 4% rule and how it can help you achieve financial independence. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on financial topics. Also, feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions or feedback. Until next time, stay smart and stay financially independent.